Hello everyone and welcome to class 133 with me, April. I hope you're all well today and I hope you had a great couple of weeks. I'm back with a live 30-minute full body Pilates class for you and it's suitable for all ages, abilities, genders and levels of fitness. All you need is a mat and just a cushion or a headlock and we will go and back. If you've never done Pilates before, that's absolutely fine, don't worry. Like I said, it's suitable for all ages, for all levels of fitness. So what I will say is if you have any pre-existing injuries within your body, then please go really, really carefully with some of the exercises, don't overdo it, and allow yourself to just relax into the exercises and don't put too much pressure on yourself. Because what can happen is you can sometimes learn certain injuries a little bit worse, and we don't want that. So let's just focus on our body. So, first of all, we're going to work on our posture, and by doing this, we're going to have a nice full spine from the start of the spine all the way up, and we're going to inhale and exhale, just put the shoulders away from the ears. Please charge. Just tilt one ear to one shoulder, just stay there, and making sure everything is okay. Okay. Everyone, can everyone hear me? I hope so. Let me just tighten my muscles. I don't know why. Oh, I'm so sorry. Sorry guys. Just bear with me. Please charge. On. Let me move it a little bit closer. And then try and shout a little bit louder. And if there's a problem, just put it in the chat. Sorry about that, everybody. A little technical difficulty. So once you've finished tilting the ears side to side, keep the spine nice and tall once again, and make sure you haven't rounded through. Please charge. And then inhale, notice chin towards the chest and push the shoulders away from the ears. So keep the spine tall. And then back. Inhale. Exhale, not. And up. And not. Please charge. And then up. Just do 1 second and not down. Okay, 1 second. Right. Please charge. Okay, I am back and I hope that's a little bit better. For some reason I had my... Yeah, sorry guys. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, my Bluetooth is still connected even though I had disconnected it. So I'm really sorry about that. How annoying for you all. So, in case you didn't hear any of that, we're going to work on our posture, look after our spines and allow the muscles in our back to be nice and sort of strong, but also relaxed, because if you have too much tension in your back, then obviously things can happen within the neck and the face, as well as just not feel very nice for your back. So, sitting up nice and tall now, you're going to inhale and then exhale, lean over, drop the right shoulder. And then up, left arm and lean over. And then come down, lift, drop the shoulder and lean. And then come down. And then lift.
And then come down. Take your right hand behind you, left hand on right knee, look over the right shoulder. And then come back in. Another side, right hand on left knee, left hand behind. And release. Hands onto the floor, drop the shoulders, inhale, stretch. Stretch out the back. And then come back in. Switch the legs over. Hands onto the floor, inhale, exhale, stretch. And then come back in. One more time, right hand behind. So when you twist from the waist, actually twist from the waist, don't lean through the shoulders, keep the back straight. And then twist, and then bring that hand onto the right knee with the left hand, and then push it in so you're twisting even more. And then come in, right hand on the left knee, left hand behind, and twist. And then lean. This hand, right hand on left elbow, left on right. Drop the shoulders, inhale, exhale, push the elbows down, and feel that stretch all within the backs of the legs and into the lower back. And then lift up. Good. Come towards the end of the mat, hug the knees in towards the chest. So feet can be together, hands onto the thighs, and onto the shins, and then nod, and then round through. And then lift up. And then inhale, nod, exhale, round. And then lift. And then nod round. And lift up, and then one more time, nod round. And now you're going to round through and hug the knees in towards the chest and rock side to side. And then just get a little bit more into the sides of the hips. And then release. Now take a lovely long stretch for the entire body, pushing through the heels. And then release. And again, inhale. Exhale. And release. Okay, now let's warm up the body a little bit more. Bring the feet in and then heels out, toes forwards. Let the pelvis relax. You can Take your head cushion away for this one. Hands onto the floor, tuck the pelvis under, lift up. This is really, really good for the lower back. Really helps to strengthen up the lower back. And then gently lower. And again, inhale, tuck under, exhale, lift. And lower. Now let's just have the feet nice and wide, turn the toes out slightly, and just try and make sure that your toes are actually sort of the same width apart. And make sure one isn't too far out, otherwise that will cause an imbalance in the lower back, and we don't want that. Hands down, tuck under, lift up. And if you want, and if you can, lift the toes off the floor. And then gently lower, feet back down, hug the knees in, rock side to side. Good. Okay. Head pillow back. Knees in line with the hips. Dropping the shoulders. And then you're going to push one knee out to the side and come back in. If this irritates your lower back in any way, what I will say is you maybe need to push and tuck the pelvis under a little bit more so there isn't too much of a gap within that pelvic area. And if you need to, place one foot onto the floor so then the hip is tilting out to the side, which makes the core work. Okay, so it's up to you how hard you wish to make this. Make sure that the feet are here and not dropping down here, and make sure they're not too high. They need a nice bend in the knee. And you're just coming in and out. So your knees are at a perfect right angle. And you're just literally tilting the knee out to the side. And let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands underneath and just hold this position, hugging the knees in, letting the lower back breathe. And release. Okay, legs up as straight as you can. Don't have to be perfect. And then just part the feet a little bit, and then we're going to just circle from the ankles. So this is a bit more intense. If you find it too much, you can just place one foot onto the floor, but obviously 2 legs, the feet high, makes it a little bit harder. And then the other way. And then release, and then other side. And then the other way. And then release. Cross one ankle over the other, feet down, knees apart, drop the shoulders. Let the lower body relax. Hips do often feel a lot of tension in them when we're working them, especially when we use our abdominals. And we have done quite a bit of hip work those past 2 exercises, so if you feel any sort of agitation, it could be just because your hips are a bit stiff. But doing this stretch will really help to relax them. Have the feet wide, just rock side to side, allowing the hip opening up. And release. Good. Okay, just check the time. Perfect timing. From here, you're going to move the head block away. Just finish off with a little bit of abs in this section. So hands onto the thighs, drop shoulders. You're going to nod the chin towards the chest. Now be careful your neck doesn't ache when you do this, and if it does, take one hand behind the head. But you're going to lift up, so the hands on the thighs, and you're coming up for 1, 2, down, you come. And again, nod, 1, 2, squeeze and hold. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then lower. If coming up is okay, but coming down is a bit harder, then I suggest just before you come down, you take one hand to the back of your head and lower it. Please never ever push your neck when you're doing core exercises, because unfortunately it doesn't like it and it can make it incredibly sore. So nod, lift and lift. Just keep squeezing. And lower. And again, nod and lift up. And lower. And again, nod and lift. And down. We've got 2 more. Really squeeze, nod, really lift up. And lower. And last one. Inhale. Lift up. And come down. Stretch the body out nice and long. Pushing through the heels. Point the toes. And then come in. Switch over to the right. Swing the knees around. Walk back. Sinking into the hips. And stretch that spine long. Forehead down. Just breathe in and out. And then gently roll up. Hands in line with the shoulders, knees in line with the hips, nod the chin and round through. Come into a cat-cow. This is amazing. I do this every morning when I wake up. And it feels really nice for the spine. It really helps to relax all the muscles in the back. And 2 more. And last one. And release. Good. Now we're going to come down onto the elbows and work into the glutes and the lower back. So our back, the behind our body, posterior chain is getting a good old stretch and a workout today. So elbows onto the floor, knees in line with the hips, stretch that right leg back and then lift it up. And now you're going to draw a circle from your hip. So nice and slow, you don't have to go too fast. Let everything work as it is meant to. Just keep squeezing. And then switch to the other side. Go round. And then foot down, bring the knee in. Let the knees come back to hip width. So knees in line with the hips, drop the shoulders away from the ears, stretch that left leg out and circle. And then the other way. And then come in, knees apart, feet together, stretch it back. Well done. Good. Now just bring the knees a little bit closer in and then walk this right foot back. And then we're going to come onto the toes and then push into the heel. Just keep stretching. And this is really nice for the back of the ankle and the hamstring. And then come in, switch to the other side, knees, hip width, stretch the left leg long and just come in and out. And then release. Good. Okay, let's finish up with, no, we've still got a little bit more time. Okay, now what we're going to do is go into a plank. What we're going to do is gradually, in the sense that you're going to bring your knees back and you're going to inhale, lift up one leg and then lift up the other leg. You're going to hold it there and then if you can, you're going to tap one knee down, lift it up, the other knee, lift it up and then lower. So this could be quite advanced for some of you and that's absolutely fine. So what I'm going to do is give you an alternative. So if you don't want to do that, you can come onto your elbows and onto the knees and then just push all the way into your knees so you feel it in your core and just keep squeezing. Imagine the middle of your tummy is getting tighter and tighter as you squeeze and that will really, really help to work your core strength as well. So here we go. Whatever one you wish to do, tuck one toe under, inhale if you're with me on the hard one, and then the other leg, and then we're going to do 4 this time. We're going to do 4, 3, keep the back straight, 2, keep breathing, and 1, and release. Good. Hold it, and let's go again. Inhale, exhale, lift, and 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Good. We're going to do that 2 more times through. Remember, keep the shoulders down, think about your back, think about the posture, think about the spine elongating, try not to round through and hunch through, keep everything nice and open. So, inhale, exhale, lift, lift, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Sit up nice and tall. 1 more time. Elbows come down, inhale, lift, and lift. And we're going to do 4. Bit slower this time, last time, 3, 2, and 1. And well done. Bring the knees in, and then just bring the hips back, stretching off, relaxing the back. If you want to place your head on your pillow, you can. And then come up. Let's just relax and stretch off the shoulders. Right hand towards the top of the mat. Left hand through, sink it back and stretch it out. Then bring the hand down, lift it up. Left hand towards the top of the mat and then stretch it back. And then come back. Now come and lay onto your back. Take the hands underneath the knees. And just rock side to side. Take that left leg long, right foot on the left thigh, right arm out to the side, rock over, stretch. And then come in. Right leg long, left foot on the right thigh, rock over. And then relax. Nice long body stretch. And then bring the hands down by your sides. Just breathe in and out. And then inhale. Exhale, take a nice long body stretch. And then gently lift up. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. Stretch your fingertips out. Inhale, lift, keep that spine tall. Exhale, lower. Inhale. Exhale, lower. And inhale. And exhale, lower. And thank you all very much for joining me this Monday afternoon. I hope you all enjoyed that and your back feels a lot stronger and nice and stretched out. Apologies for that right at the start, the sound. I will see you all next Monday. Have a wonderful week. Take care. Bye bye.